Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to offer, at least to my constituents, a clear and concise explanation of what this is all about. This is a really complex conversation going on up here, but it's not all that complex of an issue. Let's break it down real fast. This all began because Coloradoans, over the past few days, have been receiving their property tax valuation, and it's an enormous increase over previous years. In fact, they've gone up historically high. So, the majority party is offering up Senate Bill 303 in order to respond to that shocking taxation increase, property tax increase. And what this bill would do would first, it would push out, it would mandate to the Secretary of State that she put Proposition HH onto the ballot, and that proposition would be for this November 2023 for voter approval. And if the voters did approve this, then what would kick in would be a forced reduction in property taxes across the board. Now, the way that's put together, that's going to cause a shortfall for funding in schools and other local matters. At least that's the prediction. But on top of that, they say because of that shortfall, they're going to have to retain TABOR, Taxpayer Bill of Rights refunds, to cover that shortfall. And how long does that go? Well, until the year 2032. Now, within that, let me give a quick quote of one of my county commissioners, Eric Stone, who just texted me moments ago, and he said, Teller County has no desire nor need for any backfill. There's no reason to take TABOR refunds. If the state backfills the gap between the higher valuation and the reduced rate in 303, Teller County will look to return that money directly to all our residents that filed income tax. So, how did we get here in the first place? Let's understand that. So what happens is on even-numbered years, June 30, on even-numbered years, so every other year, across the state, property tax valuations are pegged on that date, June 30, even-numbered years. Now, in this past June 30, 2022, property valuations were historically high, never been higher than they were. It's just a big curve that we were just happened to be coincidentally at that peak on June 30 of 2022. Well, as a result of that high valuation, there will be a windfall of funds coming in to local municipalities, specifically to counties. It's such a windfall, there's more money than what they expected to have. It's more money than they budgeted. Certainly way more money than they need, reflected by Commissioner Stone's comments. So why not just take a more simple approach than Senate Bill 303 is proposing and take a temporary, at least, vacation from some of the mill levy taxation that counties are allowed to impose on property owners? Well, that is not just a possibility. We already passed Senate Bill 108, Senate Bill 23-108, and it does exactly that. It gives the flexibility to local municipalities to take a vacation from mill levy taxes so that they can even that out and not ask for that full amount that they are entitled to based on the new valuation, but take less so that it is only what they need and is more aligned with what the property owners expected 6 months ago to see. We passed Senate Bill 108. In fact, it passed unanimously out of the House, out of the Committee of Reference here in the Senate. It passed unanimously out of the Appropriations Committee in the Senate. It passed on a voice vote here on the Senate floor, and it passed unanimously out of the Senate here on third and final reading, and then it was sent over to the House of Representatives, and in the committee of reference, it passed unanimously yet again, and it has been sitting on the House floor waiting for vote for a few weeks. So rather than us going through the headache of this 58-page proposal that has all these complications and lasts for 8 years at least, why not just pass the 3-page Senate Bill 108 that's just waiting to simply be completed and sent to the governor's desk for approval? What I'm recommending is that, colleagues, is that we reject this last-minute, thrown together, 58-page, complex monstrosity that's going to anger a bunch of our citizens when they're finding that their Tabor refund has been shorted, and let the local governments be empowered to respond. They can respond quickly. They can respond this year. They can even things out this year, and things will come back to normal within the next couple of years when we get the new property tax valuation in 2024 on June 30. That seems to be the much smarter, easier, simpler, more refined approach to this. That bill, by the way, Senate Bill 108, was put together in conjunction with county commissioners. In fact, they've seen this coming, and they proposed it. The very same county commissioner, Eric Stone, was the one who brought the idea to me in the first place. Worked with several county commissioners across the counties within my Senate district. It's a smart approach. They're ready to jump on it and to lower that taxation, that property taxation, through taking temporary vacation from some of the mill levies, and they can respond swiftly and smartly and responsively, and we don't have to go through this enormous headache. So that's what I propose we do. We say no to 303 and just finish just one simple vote across the hallway in the other chamber. Thank you for listening.